Hello everybody, welcome back to Robot Attack. My name is Smokinace007, and today I'm with the lovely and talented Smokinace007. Hello, how are you?
Howdy, everybody. I'm doing pretty well.
I paid you the compliment this time. Like, usually I'm just rude, but today, you know what? It's a holiday, you know.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. But yeah, just getting ready to wrap up the year and, get to be done with 2020 and move on to bigger and better things.
Please, yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate, again, you being on here. It's not like you have a choice. We talk, this is a gaming podcast. If you're new, welcome. You're in for a treat. It's going to be great, obviously. Me and Smokinace going to talk about Game of the Year, Steam, I guess, awards. We're going to go through what we picked. And what are our goals for 2021? And hopefully be definitely better than this year. But anything will be. But anyways, yeah, we usually cut on real quick what games we played last month. So, Smokinace, would you declare to share? I can't speak. Would you kindly share what you played last month?
I played with the release of the PS5. I played Astro's Playground, played Spider-Man Miles Morales, some other things that I've been kind of trucking through normally, Dragon Quest 11, some other things here and there sprinkled in. So a whole smattering, but yes, it has been very, very exciting to have the PS5 finally get into some of those games.
Yeah.
What did you play?
I'm sure. I played some Dicey Dungeons. That's a real good. I think you were there in my stream, and I actually really enjoyed that one. It's quick, and like I said, like when I was streaming, you're like, "Oh, this game looks interesting." I was like, "Yeah, this is a $15 game," and sure enough, it was a $15 game. I was like, nailed it. Yeah, RimWorld, I went back to that, Prison Architect, Resident Evil 4, because,
I don't believe any of those. I don't think you played any of them.
That's a lie. Frost, did I say, was Frostpunk? Yeah, I played that, it says 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting. I think, yes, is really hard. It's hard as nails. I think for sure I need to play it again. And, I played some other games. I played Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Sorry, I sneezed there.
For anyone who didn't know, he said Metal Gear Solid.
Smokinace is happy about that.
You dang right. I cannot wait to talk about that.
It's hard. It's
tough.
You saw me struggle for sure.
Playing that again recently, I remember it. The first one, it is a difficult game, especially when you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because you've got to figure it out along the way. So,
I was hoping for more of an excited reaction than that. But anyways, and somebody,
me, I'm not that animated.
And somebody played BioShock Infinite, so it works out.
Yeah.
I guess I had to. Anyway, we were just talking before this that Smokinace had their long con of me playing Metal Gear Solid, so he won finally.
And it's finally started to work. As soon as I get you to play the whole series, I'm out.
Then we're good. This podcast is over. I don't even know. I don't need them anymore.
But even if you were to play all of them back to back right now, you'd have me on your podcast for quite a while still. Because even if you know what you're doing, they are still pretty long games. So.
I'm never going to beat it. But anyways, it's good to be... Oh, I played Resident Evil 2. And about that, I'm sure. But so let's go right into... so this was like literally yesterday, like... Our podcast was lit yesterday, and we had to reschedule, and, like, this is last minute. This is hot off the press. Top 5 in each category for Steam. Me and Smokinace, we will say 99% of these games we haven't played, but we'll kind of go what, we've seen, like YouTube videos or, playthroughs of other people playing it, or that we did play it. we're just winging it, kind of. That's
or even might be something that, you know what, I think this one might be my pick for that choice because it looks the most interesting. I do want to check it out at some point.
Yeah.
You know.
So don't be mad. All right. We can't go off of a lot of allegations with some of these. So we are gonna skip a VR game. We decided because either of us don't own a VR, and I think we talked about like neither of us really watched a lot of playthroughs of that. So
yeah. Eventually, but not quite yet.
Yeah, so. It's a little bit pricey. But anyways, or there's for me, it's just like there's really no games that sell me on it yet. Whereas, like, you know, for the new consoles, like, you know, for like people like me, I'll wait till this game comes out on only exclusive on, you know, then I'll buy it. But I'm sure eventually. Yeah. But anyways. So we'll get going with that. So the first thing, we'll get to Game of the Year last for Steam. So we'll start with Labor of Love. So this game has been out for a while. This well's past the debut.
I got
thank you.
Hey, that's why you keep me around.
That's why I keep you around. But being good, they continue to work on it. So, we'll start with you, Smokinace. What did you pick? It's between Counter-Strike, CSGO, Among Us, Terraria, The Witcher, or No Man's Sky.
So, I had a couple thoughts on this one, and what made me choose the one I picked is the one that I've played most recently and more of most recently. I think we've talked about it before, and I've streamed Counter-Strike before. I really like the game. It's really fun. I've played it with Scouter. Really fun game. But I actually went with Among Us.
Hey.
It's a game, for whatever reason, you know, just came out of nowhere. I think it's been out for like 6 years or something.
Yeah.
But something sparked it. I still don't think anybody knows what it was. You know, the other games, I've played them, but
2018.
Among Us just sticks out in my... One thing that I really like about it is it's a game that you can... If you just want to sit down and play like 15 minutes of it, you can play 1 or 2 games in that time. I have it on my phone. I play it on my phone more than I play it on computer. You know, so if you got some time to kill and you're just kind of waiting around or something, you know, you can throw it in and play a little bit. With some of the other games on here, you're going to have a lot longer stretch of time you're going to play them. So I like the accessibility of Among Us, because again, it's something where there's not a steep learning curve. You know, it's really about how you interact. So there's not too much to learn. Yeah, you got to learn the different tasks, or, you know, different strategies as an imposter or things like that. And you've got to be observant. But, you know, the other games on the list, you know, you're most likely not going to sit down and play 15 minutes of The Witcher. You're going to want to sit down and put a lot of time into it.
I have.
yeah, you know, Counter-Strike. You know, some of the rounds can last 20, 30 minutes. So it's a fun game and I love it, but you have to be committed to playing even just one round of it. So, yeah, for me, for the labor of love, I've got to go with Among Us.
Yeah, and sadly, you know, I usually try to vote for Don't Starve or something, or Prison Architect, because...
Red World, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, no, they don't update every time, but for Prison Architect and Don't Starve for sure. Yeah, I picked the same thing because, you know, I think now that it's picked up, and now that people are just buying it off the shelves, literally, I think they updated it. I know there's still probably some issues with it. I mean, again, they is an indie company that came out of that, like you said, I assume like some famous streamers just picked it up randomly and then bam. I don't know. Yeah, it just said 2018 it came out, so like already, you know.
I thought it was longer than that. Huh.
Yeah.
Either way, it's still been out for a long
I thought it'd be like 2017, but yeah. I easy choice. I think it's just simple, and of course, I'm a kicker for indie games. I know Terraria is one as well, but I couldn't really get myself into Terraria. Maybe I'll keep trying, but I don't know. I feel like the controls for me, I can't wrap. I don't know. The weird controls for me are a little bit weird. And then of course I played The Witcher, I played CS:GO. I think the only thing is No Man's Sky that I didn't play. Among Us. I mean, it's like you said, quick, indie game that just came out of nowhere, and just people just. And I'm glad I'm, basically giving the name for indie games now again. It's been a while since we had a good indie game. For once we agree. All right, so next one, better with friends that aren't the same. Playing by yourself, have to friend to watch you back. So Fall Guys, Sea of Thieves, Borderlands 3, Deep Rock Galactic, and Risk of Rain 2. Which one did you pick?
So for this one, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about. I've played all of these games except Sea of Thieves. For my pick on this one, it would be Deep Rock Galactic. I haven't played a ton of it, but one of my friends introduced me to the game. He had played a whole bunch of it, so he was able to kind of, sort of mentor me in it and kind of show me the ropes and everything. And it's a lot of fun. Fall Guys, I had some fun with that one. I don't know if I necessarily think about playing that one with other people. Like friends, I know it's obviously you have to play with other people, but
I don't have friends, so
I just haven't played it too much. Borderlands 3, I love co-op Borderlands, but I've actually only played 3 by myself. I haven't played that one co-op with anyone. And Risk of Rain 2, played it. It is really fun, but yeah, my pick, Deep Rock Galactic. It's a fun game. It's in depth enough, but it also has some challenge to it as well. Even when me and my friend who've played, with him being really good at it and stuff, we've still died. It does offer that challenge. So, how about yourself?
So it's funny because now you said Deep Rock Galactic, and I clicked on it and it looked familiar. It was actually one of the games that came up for my Steam recommendations when I reviewed it.
Oh,
and
okay.
I clicked ignore. So I don't know. Maybe
it's not for everyone.
Maybe I'll try again. Maybe I'll look at it again. And I picked Sea of Thieves. It's stupid good. It's stupid good. I tried with myself, and then I played with Techie 5. Mostly I've been playing, and then my friends I haven't got connected with. Fall Guys I never played yet. Borderlands 3 never. I never even got into the Borderlands series.
You hurt me so.
Hey, you could have picked it, but you wanted Metal Gear Solid.
I'm sure there will be more months of choosing.
Yeah. But yeah, Sea of Thieves, it's probably the best pirate game out there, and I love, as you know, I'm a fan of pirates.
Yar.
I think probably the best pirate game since Sid Meier Pirates. I mean, it is the best pirate game now, but I'm saying since Sid Meier Pirates, it's the best.
There's not really a whole lot.
Exactly, it's great, and I love it. I mean, I want more pirate games.
Sea of Thieves, it is one that I do want to check out at some point.
It is good.
I've seen good things. It looks really fun, but yeah, I couldn't pick it. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Like I said, I have played the other ones.
I didn't get it for the longest time because it was through Microsoft, and then Steam offered it. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to, because for some reason, I don't know what it is. I couldn't figure out my Microsoft account, going through the Microsoft games, and I was just like, forget it. Anyways. Moving on. Most interactive gameplay. Innovative, I could read.
Innovative.
Thank you.
Hitting the eggnog a little sooner.
Anyways,
how many times in this podcast have I done that? So
It's fine.
you're not. You're
For some
not
reason,
the
my
only
brain's
one.
like, you know what? That's a word. Anyways, front lines of creative explanation. Oh my god, forget it. Anyways, Death Stranding, Control. I'm done with reading.
That's fair. I get it.
Superliminal, Notia or Teardown?
I have no. I'm guessing Noita.
Noita,
but I
sure.
think you can see that.
See,
as
we
far
are
as spoiler
mirroring
alert, that one's not going to be my pick.
Oh no. So
sorry, game.
I'll go first on this one.
Yes.
Let's do. I'm gonna pick Superliminal. Is close because I seen gameplay of Teardown. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Israel. This one I think was probably the toughest because I obviously haven't played either of them. I have actually Superliminal on my number one thing to buy next because it's an indie game.
It looks really good.
Both of them are great indie games. They're both looking that I've both seen gameplays of them, and yeah, Teardown. They're both on my wish list, and I don't know. I think Superliminal, Liminal, I think is going to be it because it's very Stanley Parable-esque. Probably because it looks like it's from the Source engine. It's an indie game. I love Source, and I'm sorry. So I'm gonna. It's a close one. It's hard, but I'm gonna pick Superliminal for that one. Your turn, sir.
So yes, Superliminal and Teardown are both on my I do want to check out. They both look like a lot of fun. Superliminal, very similar to a Portal-esque game, Quantum Conundrum, just that kind of fun puzzle.
It'll mess up your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Teardown, who doesn't love destructibility? I mean, I played so much Battlefield Bad Company because it was, a first-person shooter where in multiplayer you could destroy stuff. The Red Faction games were... Me and a couple friends spent hours playing the Red Faction demo in multiple weekends and multiple, sleepovers and stuff like that.
Stupid good too.
Because you could use the cheat codes in the demo of the game, so we got unlimited C4 and we just saw how far we could dig into the wall, blowing it up because you couldn't do that in games. But I have not played either of those. Control looks really fun. Looks like a really good game. Haven't played it either. I apologize to the developer, but Noita, or whatever it is, I haven't heard of that one. It could be a really good game. This one probably won't come as a surprise to many people, but my pick for most innovative game is Death Stranding. It's partially... Get that look off your face, sir.
Go on, I'm listening.
A lot of things in Death Stranding have been done.
Yeah.
Same. You can say the same thing about these other ones too. Teardown, destructibility. It's been done. It does it in a different way. It might be more involved. It might be more in depth. Control. I'm sure a lot of the things in there have been done. Superliminal puzzle games have been done. Whatnot. I am partially biased because I do enjoy Hideo Kojima's work so much. And for anyone who doesn't know, Death Stranding was made by Hideo Kojima and Kojima Productions. And I love the gameplay. It's definitely not for everybody. It's kind of a small subset of people that are going to enjoy it. Just because you like Kojima games does not mean you're going to like Death Stranding. A lot of people find it boring. A lot of people find it tedious. But the way that they have done the gameplay in it can be so gripping. Like, I have a hard time with getting into games to the point where I kind of get lost in games, if that makes sense. I can stay behind that fourth wall. I can realize it's a video game. It's this. I have gotten on a very minor level, a bit of anxiety playing Death Stranding because, oh man, I've got to get these, I've got to get to this objective, but I'm being chased or I'm dropping this or something. And for it to be able to kind of tear at those emotional strings is crazy. And it's, yeah, like I said, I know it's not shocking to most people. And if I'd played some of these other games, those may have taken the lead on that. But yeah, my pick for most innovative, even if the other ones have been more innovative, but since I have played it and I do enjoy it a lot, it is Death Stranding.
Yeah, I think it's hard for me because I feel like and this is why I didn't pick it, because like for me, I'm not really sold on the idea of a delivery package simulator. I just
absolutely 100%.
So that's why I know the game is stunning and it's gorgeous. I get it, but I can't. I have a heart between indie games. I can't.
Hey, my heart's with Kojima, so I understand.
See, this is why we have a podcast.
Exactly.
Anyways, next one. I'll do this one too. Outstanding story-rich game. Heavy game will hit the spot. It's gripping soap operas. So I'm gonna pick Red Dead Redemption because obviously I to be fair, I do own Metro, so it's between that one and Metro because I guess I did see, of course, Detroit Human being played. I saw Mafia. I've seen I think I've seen Horizon Zero Dawn.
Like mechanical dinosaurs and stuff like that.
So, but
fun game, really fun game.
I guess I'm gonna pick Red Dead Redemption. I mean, I don't know the stories between. I usually skip stories anyways, but I guess
Shame on you.
I know. I guess to somewhat get the story is Red Dead Redemption 2. So yeah, which one did you pick?
This one was extremely difficult for me. I feel like it was.
You probably have a better stance on this than I do. Then
this one was probably even closer for me than your last one was between those two.
Yeah.
Because I've played all of these except for Metro Exodus. I've heard good things about the Metro series, just haven't played it. I haven't played Mafia in a long time, but I did really like it. I love the Prohibition era, The Godfather, things like that, and in that realm. So I do really enjoy the Mafia series. But the two and Horizon Zero Dawn is a fantastic game. It is stunning. It's fun. It's interesting. It's it kind of approaches some things in a little bit different way. It makes you think a little bit, but it really boils down between Red Dead Redemption and Detroit, and I've got to go with Detroit. Become Human. The biggest reason is Red Dead Redemption is a fantastic game. The story is great. You're playing a Western game. You're playing a Western movie. That's what you're doing. And I think that's part of why it fell just the slimmest margin short, because they did go for the hyper-realism, which I really enjoy. And, the story is very gripping and everything. But Detroit Become Human, you're playing you're playing a movie, period. I'm a big fan of Quantic Dream and I can't remember. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls were two of my favorite games of the last generation. Well, I guess now 2 generations ago, the PlayStation 3 era. Because they were beautiful games. I love that there's in Heavy Rain there was no game over. Whatever happened. If one of the characters died, that's it. Their story's over. You don't get to go back and replay it. Yeah. In Detroit, I don't remember how many different paths, but there's a lot of different paths, and it is the definition of a choose your own adventure book. And by that, with Red Dead Redemption, when you play it, if you play the story, you're mostly getting just the story that it is. There's not a whole lot of deviation. There's not a whole lot of shifting and everything. But Detroit, you can completely change a whole act of that game by doing one different option. And I love that. So
you know what other games have choices in it? The Stanley Parable.
I don't see that on the list anywhere. Weird.
Next year maybe. Anyways,
maybe
the Ultimate Edition. But the thing between Detroit, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm one to talk liking the Stanley Parable, but I think that's. I mean, I what was it? The Wolf Among Us is yeah, The Wolf Among Us. I definitely want a second one. I think they're going to do a second one. I hope they do a second one.
That was a Telltale game, right?
Yeah, which they got busy with Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I get it.
Which was I heard really good things about The Wolf Among Us, and I feel like I played a little bit of it, but I do like a lot of the Telltale games. I played Walking Dead. I've never watched the show, but I loved the game. It was really fun and everything. So yeah, I know what you mean.
I think that Detroit. I don't know. I'm not interested in it. I guess that's why.
And that's fair. That one, it's a lot like Death Stranding.
Yeah.
It's its own subset of a game. I know we've talked about it before, so I'm not going to go into any detail. But there are some of those games where you go, not everybody's going to like them, but everybody should play them. There's a handful of those games out there that, like everybody should play a Mario game. You might not end up liking. Yeah, exactly. That was the biggest reason I brought it up.
Yeah. I was like,
everybody should try a Final Fantasy game.
Never.
But there are a lot of those games that you should at least try them. I don't know if Detroit Become Human or Death Stranding are those games, because again, I know they're not going to appeal to everyone, but I enjoy them, and that's the beautiful thing about video games is. Yeah, exactly. They're so varied and so different that, I challenge anyone who says, "Oh, I don't like video games." I can probably find at least one game that you're going to enjoy. You might not become a gamer, you might not play it all the time, but there's such a varied amount of games that you can probably find at least one you're going to enjoy.
I mean, me and Smokinace stream live on the internet. Do you think we're any good at games? Like... I don't know, besides, esports people, you're not going to find those streamers out there, obviously. So, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's what makes it a lot of fun, is if it was perfect and easy, you could just glide through everything, it wouldn't be all that fun.
Yeah. Speaking of gliding in, let's glide into the next category. See what I did there?
I'm out. I'm done.
Bye guys. Best game you suck at. You could do this one first. It's between Apex, Crusader Kings. I got that one this time. Ghost Runner, FIFA 21, or GTFO. So which one did you pick?
This one was kind of tough because I hate battle royale games.
Everything.
I love real-time strategy, but I haven't played Crusader. I haven't played Ghost Runner. It looks really fun. GTFO, haven't played it, but it does look fun. My pick, because I have played these games before and I do enjoy them a lot, is FIFA.
I was waiting for you to say Apex.
FIFA, I am not a soccer fan. Anybody who knows me, I do not like soccer. I can't stand watching soccer. I don't like about soccer.
I love how you say that, and there's Ohio, and then you have everything but soccer on there.
Hey, there's only 4 letters in Ohio.
Oh, that's true too, but
I'm sorry, there's not a sport for every single letter in every state. Jeez.
God.
No. But I have a lot of fun with FIFA. there's a lot of sports that I don't really follow, but I like their video games, and FIFA is one of those. I have spent many hours over the last, I couldn't even tell you how many years, playing FIFA with one of my friends, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And like I said, I do not like soccer. I don't enjoy it as a sport. I couldn't care less about it. But the game is really fun. And am I good at it? Not really. Yeah. I've gotten better. I learned really quickly at it was actually an Extra Life event 4, 5, 6 years ago. Probably even longer. Actually, probably like 7 or 8 years ago, I went to an event at my campus, and so that was at least 6 years ago, but probably 7, 8 years ago, and I entered a FIFA tournament to try to win money for Extra Life, and I got decimated.
Yeah.
I think that very much does sum up the category of best game you suck at, because I have fun with it, I enjoy it, but can I hold my own against somebody who knows what they're doing? Absolutely not.
For sure.
FIFA, the series as a whole is my best game you suck at. What is the best game that you suck at, Skyler?
I mean, all of them. Between these, I did play Apex because it's free. I know that is very hard to win. But I'm gonna go with.
You just gotta hide.
Yeah, that's true. Crusader Kings, because I just seen some gameplay and it looks I love strategy. I think I think that's one of my earliest games I'm looking here. One of the earliest games I owned on PC was Rome Total War. I seen Crusader Kings and I'm like, I really. By the way, guys, Steam sale is right now. So and there's good old, and I will say, Good Old Games has sales right now. Everyone has sales, so pick up some. Like I looked today, I looked today. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be bad.
As soon as I got the email and it said,
all these
I
games
forget
are
which game, but it was like one game and 25 others on your wish list. I
need to remember I need to buy from Good Old Games I'm trying to stay away from buying on Steam right now because they make enough money. They don't need my money. Good Old Games does.
There goes our Steam sponsorship.
Thanks, Scouter.
Gosh.
But I have also Crusader Kings as like one of my top things to buy because I just know I've seen gameplay of like, you want to move this person to jail? Yeah, sure. And then there's just so much going on and it's great. I think I'm gonna enjoy once I get it, pick it up. It is quite pricey for a strategy game in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'm like, it's on sale right now. Like, this is probably the time to get it.
I think one of the things that helps with strategy games like that is, they are expensive, but you can get literally endless hours of gameplay out of it if you want to.
Yeah.
You can play that game. It's like Civilization.
Yeah.
You can play the game 1,000 different ways and never play it the same.
Yeah. When I played Rome Total War, it took me on the easiest mode like years to finally beat it, and that was because like I put the game mode to like there's a short mode where it's like it's only like 30 states, 30 countries, and then you got to take Rome and then you win or something like that. Whereas like the big like the long game is take over the whole area or something. I forgot because I'm like I need a life. I need to play the short one because I don't have time for that. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on to. We only got like 2 more or 3 more, so stand by. We're almost done. All right, we're getting there. Outstanding visual style. Okay, it's between Ori, The Will-o-the-Wisps, Battlefield 5, There Is No Game, Marvel Avengers, or Black Mesa. You could go again. Which one did you pick?
So for this one, I'm going based off of previous games that I've played and previous experiences, and just what I've seen, that adds bias into it.
Yeah, most of these are, like I said, most of these are going to be biased or videos we've seen or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have really...
that would normally lead me to Battlefield 5. I love the Battlefield series. I've talked about it before on the podcast. I've played it on stream and stuff like that.
It was gorgeous.
It looks great. I've played Battlefield 1. I've played other Battlefield games. I haven't played 5, but it does look fantastic. It looks... Again, I've said it a lot like this before, but it looks like you're playing a war movie. You know, it looks like Steven Spielberg made this game. Black Mesa, anyone who loves Half-Life, you know, who doesn't want to see it redone in modern times. But I'm actually going to go with, on this one, kind of a curveball and a game that I haven't played, but I've heard really good things about. Because since this is outstanding visual style, I can clearly go just based off looks. I'm going to go Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
You know, I don't find that surprising because you've been playing a lot of... what game did you play yesterday? I'm getting there. You played something.
All right. Down in the comments, comment how long you think it's going to take Scouter to get what game I played.
I'm just going to...
It's...
All right, fine. If you don't want to tell me...
It's Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do have a little bit of bias because I have been playing that game. Literally, like Scouter said yesterday and everything, I had never played it before. It's really fun. But, yeah, Ori, it looks just gorgeous. It looks, you know, stunning and like a game that I really do want to play. And who knows, maybe that'll be a game that I play sometime in the near future. Like I said, I've heard really good things, but just haven't played it yet, so... But yeah, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is my pick. How about you, sir?
Oh yeah, Black Mesa. Because, again, I can't.
Solid choice.
I mean, I was actually going to vote right before this podcast. I'm like, oh, I saw you play Battlefield. And I was like, I thought it was gorgeous. But I was like, you know what? Going to go with Indie. And it just...
Yeah, it looks great.
It looks stupid for a Half-Life spin-off. And...
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 confirmed, basically, with this game.
It's just a remake of the first one.
Yeah. So, and I, to be fair, I haven't played any of the.
You hurt me, Scouter. You hurt me.
Dude, I mean, to be fair, if it makes you feel better, the only reason I want to play it because that's where the original The Stanley Parable came from. So that's the only reason.
Yes. Buy the orange box now.
But it comes with...
Thank me later.
It'll come with the game I already own, which is Team Fortress 2. So
and Portal, but...
That's true, too. And I own that, too, so what's the point?
But you get 3 other games that you haven't played, so... Back off.
Yeah, true. Well, it comes with 1. Isn't it... Yeah, isn't it TF2,
it's Half-Life,
Portal?
Half-Life...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
You get 3 Half-Life games.
Oh. I thought because it was TF2, Portal, and Half-Life.
Because you get Half-Life... Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. You get Half-Life 2, Half-Life Episode 1, and Half-Life Episode 2. Or Half-Life 2, see? You infected me.
I spreaded it, yeah.
You get Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2. So you get those 3, essentially 3, they're kind of expansions of it. So yeah, you don't get the first Half-Life. But if you play Black Mesa, then you can play the orange box after. But anyway, I digress.
I mean, it's only, right now, $4. So... I mean, the Stanley Parable came from, and that's the only reason why I'll play Half-Life is because I could play the original Stanley Parable in it.
Yeah.
So I have to. It'd be illegal if I did it. So, anyways, 2 more. Okay, This one we could be quick. Best soundtrack. I picked. I only picked this because I don't know any of these, and I just clicked like they say nomination and they go through it. I just based it off of that. I picked Helltaker because it looked. I think probably because I played Dicey Dungeons and it's very like I really like the like disco. Like like style of like
how was that again?
And it's really fun and like I don't know gets your so I picked that one out of these. What did you pick?
If I had played more of Doom Eternal, I have it. I do want to play more of it. I may have gone with that, but for me, it's Persona 4 Golden.
Oh, nice.
That was probably my favorite game on the PlayStation Vita, and I can still remember a lot of the soundtrack of it. Since it is an RPG and it is a game that does take longer, a lot of it does get repetitive, but the differences in it are great. So yeah, for me, Persona 4 Golden, it's an outstanding game. And the soundtrack of it is just fun. It's fun for an RPG.
Nice. I forgot to mention is Doom, Halo, and Need for Speed Heat was the other one. Sorry, I didn't go through them.
Yes.
I skipped that part.
Good call. Yeah.
Anyways, and you could view all these. I'm sure. Hopefully, you guys are voting too. Not like it matters, but it's fun. Anyways, all right. Last one. I think I know. We might pick the same thing this time. Sit back and relax. A game that you could just chill, relaxing. Flight Simulator, Sims 4, Satisfactory, Untitled Goose Game, or Factorio. So which one did you pick?
Tetris.
Tetris, alright. It's not on here though, unfortunately.
Oh, weird. No, it's on mine.
It's on mine.
No, I love the Sims games. Satisfactory looks fun. Untitled Goose Game, I still have it, but I haven't played it. Looks great. Factorio looks convoluted and confusing. It's Flight Simulator. I would have actually on a different list. I picked Flight Simulator as best soundtrack because I could sit in that menu 24/7. The menu music of that game is so insane. That is the only game that I have ever played where as soon as I hit start and the menu music starts playing, I instantly just kind of like sit back a little bit. My muscles relax just a little bit because it is so calming. But that game, yeah, I'm going to play more of it next year, but it's so good. And yeah, you really can just sit back and play it. You can... I like the... kind of going back to another one of the topics, I like the accessibility of the game, kind of like in Among Us. You can make it as complex and as complicated as you want. From what I understand, if you put it on the right settings, you are sitting in a Boeing 747. Every switch, every lever, everything. Or you can make it to the point where you basically push a button, you take off, and you can just fly around. And I love that. So I like the ability to make it as challenging or as relaxing as you want to. Because, yeah, sometimes you just want to sit back and just, fly over your own city. Or sometimes you might want to make it more realistic and have that challenge. I tried to land a Boeing, a big Boeing 787 on, this tiny little, runway. It was not successful. Okay. But, you can make those little challenges if you want. I tried to fly through the streets of Las Vegas in a little stunt plane, and I smacked into the ground so many times. But yeah, for me, absolutely. These other games look good or are good, but for sit back and relax, Flight Simulator all the way, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's hard for me as well because I played The Sims 4. I have Satisfactory and Factorial on my wish list because they both look like fun games I would enjoy, but I would have to. And Untitled Goose Game, old news. That's old news.
Hey, don't you shame that goose.
I will. I'm shaming that
Don't you
goose.
shame that. He was going to come steal your bell.
But, I'm going to
watch out.
I'm going to pick Flight Simulator as well, because...
Good choice.
Again, that for sure is literally my first PC game. I remember it quite fondly. Flight Simulator 98. And I think that's pretty much what made me into the games I'm into, is that game right there.
You just took a trip that wasn't a game.
You
just flew on a plane.
I know.
That's
I fly in a plane, but I know. And oh yeah, that's another game I played this month was Farming Simulator 17, and I don't know what it is about simulation games. It's just really, it's like I'll never probably get a chance to fly a plane. I'll never get a chance to do farming, and to do it and to just chill, and like you said, just like, I could fly. I usually all the time fly out of my city every single time because I love it. It's like, when's the next time? I'm never gonna fly a plane, and I just flew when Flight Simulator 98 came out, I had no idea what to do with the controls, and I just figured it out, and and I was like, 9 years old or 12 years old figuring it out, like, well, not 8, but I was saying 12 years old trying to figure it out, and and I'm jealous that you get to I eventually hopefully get a computer to play that game, and so before we get into the real gut and glory of this podcast.
You tease.
I know, right? It's not like you guys didn't think that this was coming. But we're going to skip the Steam Game of the Year right now, and the game that we picked for ourselves outside of Steam, or by Steam, it doesn't matter. So what we're going to go real quick. What are your goals of 2021? What do you want to start with that as well?
Sure, yeah. And to be specific, these are gaming goals. I do have other goals outside of these.
Oh, whoops. That's fine.
But no, my 2021 gaming goals are at least, and these are going to change. These I'm going to add more probably and stuff like that. But my big 4 goals for 2021 in gaming are do at least 3 more 24-hour streams for Extra Life. Mm-hmm. I love doing 24-hour streams. I love raising money for Extra Life. I'm excited to do more. I'm hoping to do more than 3, but but yeah, do at least 3 24-hour streams. Kind of a bit more of a time constrictive challenge that I want to try to give myself is I want to try to beat at least 1 game a month that I haven't beat.
Is BioShock Infinite on one of those?
Yeah, it is. But as with most gamers, anybody who's watching this who plays games and has played more than a handful of games probably has a big old backlog of games. That I feel is a pretty safe bet. So yeah, I want to try to, whether it's a game that I started before now and just it got put on the back burner for some other game, or if it's some game that I go, you know what, I've been wanting to play that, I'm going to sit down this month and I'm going to start and play and finish that game. I do want to try to beat at least 12 games in 2021, either start to finish or just wrap up some games.
That's a good idea.
I want to try... I want to try to get at least 3 platinum trophies on PlayStation. I absolutely love trophy hunting, but tying in with that big backlog of games, even some of the games that I really want to get platinums in get pushed aside because, I don't give myself enough time in that game. There's some games, heck, I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think I need to get all the intel in that game, and then I'll have the platinum for it.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my cats are killing each other. Don't mind.
I just want to make sure everything's good. I expected like some specter to fly in from the back. Exactly.
Sorry.
You could just shoot back in your chair and start levitating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to try to get at least 3 platinum trophies. I love getting trophies. I actually got my first platinum for the PS5 was Astro's Playground, because that game is really fun. It's a really good it's a really good introduction to the new DualSense controller for the PS5, and the platinum for it was really fun to get. Pretty easy, but also it helped explore that controller. And my last, probably the biggest challenge, my last gaming goal for this podcast for 2021 is to submit at least 2 speedruns to speedrun.com. I have an idea of a couple of the games that I want to try. One of them will be Not a Shock, and one of them I've already kind of worked a little bit on, but Inspector Scouter over there is trying to go.
Metal Gear Solid?
One of them, yeah. I haven't decided yet, but since with Metal Gear Solid being my favorite game of all time, or my favorite series of all time, I would love to be able to speed run Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. Since I know that I can at least beat all of them within a 24-hour period. Shout out to or call back to a previous
You've done that already.
But yeah, I did that, and yeah, by no means did I complete any of those games in a world record speed or anything like that. But it did. The first time I tried to do that, I only beat one of the 4 games in my stream, in my 24-hour stream. But then this time around, I beat all 4 of them in that time. So I know that I can make those times better and stuff like that. But yeah, 3 24-hour streams, at least 1 game beaten a month, 3 platinum trophies, and submit at least 2 speed runs and get them on a stretch goal would be to be in the top 100 for any game of speed run. That I don't know if it'll happen or not, because it does take a lot of time, as I know trying to learn speed runs and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time, and you really have to focus. Even games that you may think you're really good at, you watch a speed run of it and you go, I'm horrible at this game.
Yeah.
So yes, those are my 2021 gaming goals.
Yeah. Man, I might steal that one now.
No, absolutely.
That's so good.
Absolutely.
Because I think that's why I picked, my games for my 24-hour stream, because I wanted to play those games I like. I kind of I know I'm might love most of these, and it turned out I only like 2 of them, really. But, it gave me an excuse to actually play them, and to actually play them long enough, 4 hours each, roughly, of seeing, like, this would be, because they're role-playing games. You can't just play it for 20 minutes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, that's why, same thing. I think I like that. I was just playing, for me, I like that. Just pick a game that you, either that you haven't played or that you want to finish and play it once a month. And I think for me, there's a lot of games that like I said earlier, like Terraria. Every time I stream that, I'm like, for me, when I stream new games, I struggle with, and I feel like it's not very entertaining. And I know some people like that, but at the same time, like, I'm like, what does this button do? What am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't want to, and then, 2 hours are up. Like, I didn't accomplish anything, so, like,
I didn't make it out of the menu.
Right, exactly. So, yeah.
I just got my character created.
Right. So, yeah, I like that. I'm going to steal that. So, I kind of went to, I don't know. kind of went with a more donation incentive for my ones. Partly one of the goals is this podcast. I think I mentioned to Smokinace, and I kind of hinted it throughout this year. I really, and it does cost money, but I do want to put this on Spotify down the line. I think I want more accessibility for people to listen to this podcast, and I feel like, driving to work or, a 5-hour drive somewhere, you could just put it on Spotify versus put it on YouTube, especially with, you're not on the internet while you're driving, and I'm looked into it as like $10 a month, which is affordable, but this is a non-profit podcast. I would love. It's obviously, something I want to do, and I've been always kind of wanting to do that, and I think this is a good opportunity. And that's one of mine. A lot of definitely more incentives. I like the incentives I have. For sure. I think I want to do a 12-hour, maybe just a 12-hour. All right, 12-hour.
Okay, you can do 6 12-hour streams. That's fine.
No, 12-hour.
Yeah,
maybe not even 12. Maybe just 6 hour of XCOM, because I think a lot of people.
Dang.
I know.
Oh man,
I know.
This man cares about extra.
I know.
This man is a trooper.
I'll do it. I'll do that. So if you don't know, I think XCOM is possibly the worst game I've ever played in my entire life.
Ooh. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'll take that.
Stick a dagger in me and twist it, why don't you?
You've officially played Metal Gear Solid. So the fact that that's not your least favorite,
that's
I'm
true.
Okay with that.
That's true. So you're above that bar, Smokinace.
Yes. Success. Long achieved.
Yeah. Anyways, stuff like that. I think mostly the direction of this podcast. I think I like where this podcast is going, and it's one of my longest running podcasts. If you do know me long enough, I've been in and out of ideas, of podcast ideas, and I'm gonna probably run out of this one and it'll be something new, I'm sure. No, we have plans, but don't worry. But I think that's is this podcast. I think I love doing podcasts, and I sadly, I have to admit I enjoy podcasts with this guy sometimes.
Dang it! I thought I was going to get out of this next year.
Dang it! We joked with each other Smokinace's long game was to me to play, Metal Gear Solid. So it's a win-win situation. But I think I want to also focus on my YouTube stuff. I know I've been a little bit hesitant on it because I'm behind on RimWorld videos, and I will say I will increase that because I want to focus on. I don't want to be a YouTube star, but at least create content on YouTube that I enjoyed. And right now it's just RimWorld because of, and I love making those videos, but it's just I'm still behind on Minika's video of her playthrough of RimWorld, and so I think going back to just playing games on YouTube and recording it, and I enjoy that, and this podcast is probably the easiest editing I have to do. So I think those, I know I've been talking for a long time now, but and I think by more. I think also look into more indie games. I think I need to expand my horizon again of getting new indie games like I'm excited for, of course, the Stanley Parable Ultimate Edition and a Little Sim World, like we mentioned before.
Yeah.
So maybe I think just I'm at a standstill of not playing, because I'm just going back to Rimworld, going back to Prison Architect, going back, which I love. Don't get me wrong, and Don't Starve, but I want something new. I want the next best indie game. So yeah, sorry, long story, but we'll continue. But yeah, but I know that's a lot, but I think it's so far what I for sure 100% will say, like podcast, YouTube, and stuff like that, and new indie games of yeah. Anyways, so yeah. What are we on? Oh yeah, Game of the Year. Let's do that, shall we?
No, hang on.
No? Did I miss something?
What time are we in? What is your favorite holiday theme?
Oh yeah, yes. we're expanding this a little bit more before Game of the Year. So yeah, holiday.
This shouldn't go very long.
See, this is why I have this guy. Quick, 2 seconds. Since we're like literally the holidays in like 2 days, or like this week, or depending on what your holiday is, we're in the holiday season. Since we did a spooky, games, we'll just do a quick. What is a holiday or winter theme game that you like?
The Elf Bowling series.
Dang, that's good. Dang, that's so good.
I had a different one, but when we sat down, for some reason, it jumped in my head. I have so many memories of going to my grandparents' house, and we had Elf Bowling on their computer, and play when.
That's so good.
Thank you, everyone, coming to the Smokinace007 podcast. Scouter is no longer here.
So good.
But yeah, no, Elf Bowling. Playing that with my cousins and my siblings and my family, just such a simple game, but so fun. I have been waiting for those games to come to mobile. Those are the perfect mobile games on a phone. You could easily play that game on a phone. I don't know why somebody hasn't done it. If I had the technical know-how, I would put it on cell phones right this second.
God,
but sadly,
dang.
I don't have that time. But yeah, Elf Bowling and that whole series, the comments that they make are amazing. If you haven't played Elf Bowling, go check it out. It is a stupid amount of fun.
It's funny because like I was talking to Smokinace, I was like, you know what, just for fun, like let's do a winter one, and I was like, he's like, oh, I'm not sure. I was like, hey, if worst comes to worst, pick a snow, like something that has snow in it, and I was just like, all right, he's gonna pick like Metal Gear Solid,
It does have snow in it.
It does, yeah, no, that's why I just assumed that it would be Metal Gear Solid, and you're like, yeah, no, it'll be okay, like he was shrugging it off. And then you come out with this bomb of a game, dang.
You're upset you didn't go first, aren't you?
You know what? Like that's a game I kind of forgot about. And
I did too. I check, like I said, I go on the Google Play Store every once in a while. I'm going to do it right now live and see if they have uploaded it to the Google Play Store.
I actually went to Good Old Games to see if they had it.
A lot of them you can get for free. Yeah, nope, don't have it on Google Play. Somebody get the rights to those games.
You could probably do it
on them on mobile.
You could probably do it on just the web browser here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think the only
now,
one that
Arcade
had any
Spot.
money attached to it was like Elf Bowling 7 or something like that. But those games were so much fun.
God dang.
You're welcome. I win. Yeah, I mean, you can play Elf Bowling 1 and 2 on Arcade Spot.
Yeah, that's what
you can download to Elf Bowling 7. There's a free version of it. Wow, huh. There's an article from December 13th of this year about you can download the free version for Elf Bowling 7. Oh, it's so good. It's so much fun.
I don't even want to mention mine now at this point.
Hey, remember how you mentioned Metal Gear Solid earlier? Just do another one of those fake cough things. Now, I'm curious as to what yours is, Scouter. Please tell us your favorite.
There's nothing I can even remotely close to that. Holy cat. Just like bombshell that I should have started. Now, if I started, then you would just drop that bomb on it. Like, yeah, that's cute. Hold my beer. Like, wow. Dang.
Here, I'll pick yours for you, Scouter. Metal Gear Solid. All right, let's move on to Game of the Year.
No, okay, sorry. I'm still in shock. That's really good.
You made me tear up a little bit there.
I'm sorry. Anyways. Viscera Clean Up Santa's Rampage.
Those games are so much fun. Oh man. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's not as good as Elf Bowling. That's not as good as Elf
Bowling. Fair, but
oh, God.
I have not played Santa's, but I have played the original Viscera Cleanup Detail. I never thought cleaning in a game could be fun, but that game is... Man, I need to play that game again.
Yeah. See,
no, that's a good one. That is a good one.
No,
that's a good one that I forgot about. Well done.
Dang.
Now, curious question, or quick question, quick curiosity, all of those things. When you originally asked me that, was that the game that made you think of doing this theme, or did you think of that after?
Oh, yeah, I always play Christmas stuff around this time around, and I feel like the only game that I actually play is that one. And
okay. I was just curious.
I just felt like since we talked about a Halloween theme games or Halloween spooky games, I was like, let's do a quick. We're in the holiday season, but. Yeah, you dropped this on me. Anyways, Game of the Year. Real quick, Will T, our friends from Rad Does Games. I asked this on Twitter. He's the only one who replied. Miles Morales, the new Spider-Man game, was his top game.
So good.
So Smokinace, real quick. What you agree with that? Disagree?
It is not my Spider-Man Miles Morales is not my game of the year, but only for the simple fact that it's a little too short. It's a fantastic game. It's so good. Anybody who played Spider-Man on the PS4 a few years ago, if you liked that, I highly recommend Miles Morales. It's really good. It takes what that first one did, or not the first one, but the PS4 Spider-Man. It took what that did well and made it better. The characters are great. The dialogue is amazing. With the new DualSense controller, it feels even better. It feels more like I am Spider-Man. But yeah, the only reason that's not my game of the year, or not the only reason, but one of the reasons it's not, is that's actually probably going to be the first platinum that I get in the new year, because I'm really close. I actually held off on it because there were other games I wanted to play. But yeah, it's a really good game, and to say that it's because I'm going to get the platinum for it is not saying that it's not a good game. Obviously, it's a great game. Any game that you can beat and beat relatively, I don't want to say easily, but you can play all of it in a shorter amount of time, especially for anybody who is busier or anybody who has more involved in other things. That's a really good pick, Will, and it's a good one. It is a very well done game, and it's a lot of fun, but it does in some sense feel like an expansion of the original Spider-Man. It could have been a DLC, and it would have been a very good DLC. But one of its benefits is that it is not a full price $60 game, so that is another reason to pick it up. Yeah, it is a $40 game. And that feels fair. That seems fair.
Yeah.
Because it does have more than a standard DLC, but it also doesn't feel like a full-fledged, 12-hour game. I don't remember my first clear time on the game, but I know it wasn't anything super crazy, and I did a decent amount of exploring. So that is a really good pick from him. But getting into,
I will say real quick. Sorry, 2 seconds. That I will say that Spider-Man that game. I know a lot of people have. That's probably the best Spider-Man. Okay, yes, go.
Steam, it's extremely good.
Steam Game of the Year. Go.
For this one,
it's between Hades, Red Dead 2, Doom Eternal, Fall Guys, and Death Stranding. Go.
For this one, it's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh.
I know. I love Death Stranding. I had a lot of fun with Fall Guys when I played it, but honestly, I haven't touched it in a while. Doom, really good. Haven't beaten it, but it is, kind of your standard Doom. It is a fun, just let's get crazy and go through. I have not played Hades. It looks amazing. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've avoided watching a lot of that one because I do want to play it eventually. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, fantastic game. You can put 100 hours into that game just riding around and not see everything, which can be a downside. I can't remember if I mentioned it yet, but I haven't beaten it yet, and part of it is because it is a time commitment. Sometimes to get to that next mission, it takes 15 real-time minutes to get there, but the game is gorgeous, and it's a whole lot of fun. And I do it's the first game that I've ever played, and I thought I would hate the mechanic, and I'm focusing on one really specific mechanic, but when you have a lever-action rifle, you press the trigger to shoot once, then you have to press the trigger to rack the bolt before you can then press the trigger to shoot again. And I thought I would hate that, but I actually fell in love with it really quickly because it does feel really good as a game. But yeah, as far as the Steam ones, I haven't played it on Steam, but as far as the 5 Steam nominations, Red Dead Redemption 2, my Steam Game of the Year. Scouter, go, Steam Game of the Year.
Right.
Now, boom, 2020.
Hades.
Ha! Solid.
So the reason I didn't pick Red Dead Redemption 2, I think the hard part for me is because that game didn't come out. I know this is Steam games, but I think that's what made my decision, because I feel like Red Dead Redemption I only play on PS4, and I love it. It's a great game, but I guess I know that it had I just feel like that belongs in PS4, and that's why I didn't pick that. It's because honestly, I felt like it didn't come out this year.
That honestly, I was confused as to why Red Dead Redemption and Death Stranding were on this list, because I only have those on PlayStation, and they both came out last year, so I was like, how is that the 2020 Game of the Year? But I forgot, because they released on Steam this year.
Yeah, so that's what I think these 5 is very weird choices for...
I agree.
Because, again, the only reason Red Dead is on there because it was released on Steam this year.
Yeah.
I bet you if Red Dead Redemption 2 and I'm sure. To be fair, there wasn't too much exciting games coming out. I know there were some, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. But Hades. Just again, I feel like that game came out of nowhere. I don't think I'll be a fan. I'm still kind of indifferent about me playing it. I think Fall Guys. I don't know. I think we're gonna mention. I forgot to mention this on the past podcast when it came out, that Fall Guys for me, they're gonna run out of ideas, and unless they make a new map or new, I'm sure they're gonna. But
I actually feel like I think I did see that they came out with the 3rd season or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Recently, and I think they added a new map, but I could be wrong.
I'm sure
I haven't touched the game in a while.
I'm sure it's gonna be the new Fortnite, I guess, in that sense that like it's gonna keep coming out with seasons, so get people still interested in it.
Yeah,
but like Hades,
people's interest tapes off, and then it's gonna, they're gonna come in with something new and innovative. And, yeah.
But like again, I don't know if I'm too sold on the Hades, like, cause like, but I guess between all these, like Hades, like it's just a simple game made pretty cool, and it's just really good. I don't know. All right. Let's get to where everyone's have been waiting for. Game of 2020. Steam, PS4, whatever. Everything. Game came out that you think is the game of the year.
Tetris.
Alright. That's your only...
There's been a lot of great games this year. A lot of fun games that I've played. A lot of fun games that I haven't played, that I've just seen.
So we're both having noises in our households.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. You might be expecting me to say Final Fantasy VII Remake.
But
I'm not going to.
Oh wow!
It's a great game. A lot of that is fueled by nostalgia. It is a very fun game. It is a really good game. Anybody who is interested, anybody who's played the original Final Fantasy VII, I recommend you check it out to see. I was cautiously optimistic about it. Some of the other games that I played a lot of this year, I've played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 a lot, way long ago. I haven't bought the remastered ones, but those are great games, I'm sure. Star Wars Squadrons I want to get at some point, but I haven't played it yet. But my 2020 Game of the Year, Ghost of Tsushima. The game is visually stunning. The characters they feel like real people sometimes, most of the time. Sometimes, as it's a video game still, so it does have to have some different moments. I love stealth games, obviously with the Metal Gear Solid series, but you don't have to play it stealthily. There's some missions that you have to play where, you have to be stealthy or else you fail. But for the most part, you can kind of go into it in any way that you want to. If you want to sneak around and eliminate these enemies one by one, you can. If you want to go in sword swinging, you can. It might make it more difficult. It might make it harder, but you can do that. You don't have to stick to stealth. You don't have to stick to run and gun, so to speak. I know it's swords. You don't have a gun. But, it's. I love the fact that sometimes you have to get a. You have to beat the game and do something to unlock like a photo mode or a different lighting or a filter or something like that. You can play that game from beginning to end with the why can't I think of it? I completely lost it right now. The Kurosawa filter on it. Make it black and white. Make it like one of those old samurai movies, and you can play the game like that, start to finish, on your first playthrough. The photo mode, I'm not very much of an artist. I don't have that eye. I don't have that creativity. But some of the pictures that I have seen people take in the Ghost of Tsushima photo mode are just mind-blowing. You scroll through like a Twitter feed and you see a photo mode picture from this game, and it looks incredible. I haven't even touched the multiplayer of the game, so I don't know how that is, but they added that in, and they didn't put it in the beginning because I think they wanted to make it right, and from what I understand, it works pretty well. I haven't seen any of it, I haven't played it myself, but the idea of it does sound kind of cool, of having like a multiplayer stealth samurai driven game. And so I for 2020, release, I've got to go with Ghost of Tsushima. It is a really fun game, and it's got a good challenge to it as well. So yeah.
I think a lot of people forgot about that game, just with
they did. It got swept under.
Yeah, it got swept under pretty quickly. Actually, like
it did, and that's an unfortunate. That's something unfortunate for it. I do hope more people check it out because it is a really fun game. Like I said, for all those reasons, I very much recommend it. So, but yeah. Now the big question.
I don't wanna.
You
go again. You go again. What?
But I go again. Okay, so Spider-Man Miles Morales is my number 2 game of the year because Scouter doesn't want to give one. Yeah. So you know what? My 3rd game of the year, Last of Us Part 2. Great game, fantastic game. Check it out.
Keep going. All right. Anyways, this one doesn't. I feel like I have them that they don't count in this sense. So here's mine. Resident Evil 4. That came out this year, right? Did that came out this year?
Scouter, wrong year.
Okay, sorry.
Wrong year.
All right.
Fast forward a few years.
Resident Evil 2.
And fast forward to a good game.
Resident Evil.
I just lost a lot of followers.
Yeah. Resident Evil 2 remastered. God, it's good. I'm really like 20 minutes into it, and I was very excited to actually talk about it in this podcast. I'm only 20 minutes into it, and I didn't see like any gameplay or anything, and I only played, as you know, only Resident Evil 4. So like playing Resident Evil 2 remastered, it is so good. I'm already like, it's my top 10 already. I don't know if it's in the top 5 category, but it's up there, and my god, and like you shoot the zombies, they fall down, you think you killed them. Guess what? That zombie's still alive. Like, it is and then you get bitten, the blood's still there for like a good. I'm like, my god, this is. I love it already. Like, God, I'm stuck at the point though because I actually couldn't figure out how to heal. With the plants, so I tried to look it up, and I don't know, maybe my health is too full, I don't know, maybe I'll keep playing and figure it out, but it's just so good, and I'm excited to keep playing more, because to pick a game that did count, it would have to be Animal Crossing, because I guess that does count. I mean, that's the only thing that I could think of that I played a lot of that came out this year.
I put a lot of hours into that game.
But it's just, go back to the original Animal Crossing Animal Crossing on the GameCube that I played, and yeah, it's just a new level of, you could put furniture outside and be creative on your island. So I guess, sorry to cheat, but I guess one that does count and one that doesn't count. For sure, if you do count, Resident Evil 2, then yeah, count it. But it's just I'm just so excited. I was just like 10 minutes. I was like, my god, this is a top 10 game already. Like, it's gonna be my hope, maybe a top 5, but contender. But again, I would like to finish it before to even put it in that realm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to go with Resident Evil 2. It's already so good. It's so good. I highly recommend if you love horror games, and I don't know, just just those two aspects of real life, like a more realistic zombie and realistic, like more like exposed blood is great. Anyways,
out of context Scouter right there.
Yeah.
more exposed blood is great.
Yeah. So, anyways, see you guys in 2021. Bye bye. No, but no, for real.
You vote. vote on the Steam games and let us know what you pick.
Yeah, let us know what your top game is of 2020. I almost was going to joke with you and say Need for Speed Underground 2, but I haven't played it yet because I got Resident Evil 2, and then I was like, nope, I will play that later.
But yeah, I mean, and yeah, we in this podcast we only went with the Steam ones. I really wanted to add other games outside of Steam for those categories because I do play a lot of PlayStation. But we already knew this podcast was going to be a long one. So if we were to add games outside of the Steam top 5, it would have taken a lot longer. Yeah, but
sure.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you picked for the Steam ones, and let us know what you picked for the Switch, the Xbox, the PlayStation, mobile, all these other different platforms and stuff like that.
Did you play Red Dead 2 or Resident Evil 2?
The original
or
the remaster?
Yeah, remastered.
I have the remaster, but I have not played much of it yet.
Yeah, it's good. Anyways. Sorry, yeah. Please comment below what you guys what you guys think, for sure. We'd love to hear. What are your goals, for sure?
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. Yeah, let us know what your 2021 gaming goals are, for sure.
Yeah.
What if it was one of the ones that we had? Let us know. Take it. Feel free to use it.
Yeah.
If you've got another one, let us know. We might take it ourselves.
Yeah. I will take yours.
And also let us know what you want to see from the podcast. We're asking a lot of you. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No,
but let us know what you want to see in 2021.
Yeah, what do you want this podcast to go? Do you want less of me and more of Smokinace, or more of Smokinace and less of me?
Do you want more, Boba Fett helmets?
Yes, we do, for sure.
You
need more of those. I love how you have the box there and then the helmet there.
Yeah, you got to.
Hey, just in case you missed the awesome helmet, I have the box too. Anyways, but yeah, comment below. See you guys. Have a good holiday season. Let us know if Smokinace put a bomb on you with your Christmas game, and shocked me and got me upset.
Check it out, Bowling, everyone.
God,
great game.
It is good. I remember playing it so good. Anyways, yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Definitely, hopefully, look forward to this. I'll definitely try to blast it, saying that we're on Spotify. But I think I for sure will still stay with this on YouTube as well. Because why not both?
Yeah.
Got to make the money. Got to get the money from the podcast. Okay. Anyways, thanks. Check out Smokinace. He's awesome. He puts up with me.
Make sure to check out Scouter.
Yes. So enough of that. So yes. Like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell. See you guys next year.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Love you. Goodbye.